following audio is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, and strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to Fedora, everyone. My name is Tony, otherwise known as Slade. I am your DM for this lovely evening. I am not here with my regular players, however. I'm here with some very special guests. Some people that I have gotten to know for the last couple of weeks, and they have graciously decided that they would like to participate in tonight's little special event, if I do say so myself. So,
I am Mudcup Cup. I work as a editor for the Laughably Dapper audio drama, and I also do a handful of voices on there.
Awesome. Next up.
Hey, my name is Orearyuu. I am joining and participating for funsies tonight, and I like to experience games. That is all.
Hey, fantastic start. Fox.
Hello, I am Kayla Valderos, also known as Firefox or Fire to my friends. I am a voice actress with the Laughably Dapper audio drama The Dichotomy. I've also done a few little other parts for some other podcasts, and I also like playing D&D and Pathfinder in my off time, so I'm looking forward to this very much.
Siren.
I'm Seraphic Siren, a amateur voice actress, a D&D junkie, and newcomer to this podcast. Pleasure to meet you all.
And one of my favorite people of all time, Katie.
Hello, I am Katie. You may have heard the boys curse my name as the editor for Dirty 20. I also edit the Dichotomy podcast for Laughably Dapper and a few other audio drama projects. I'm a voice actress, D&D nerd, and that's about it. I'm happy to play tonight.
And last on the list, Triple B.
Hello, my name is Triple B. I go by Trip, Triple, and Triple B. I'm an up-and-coming streamer. I want to be a voice actor and or actor, whichever comes along first. And I absolutely love D&D since I was 9. I can't wait for tonight's game.
All right. Well, with the introductions out of the way, I do have to give ourselves not a brief little recap, but kind of set the scene a little bit. Our new players here are all Paladins. They're all from the city known as Kathna. However, our players shorten it because they live there. They call it Kath for short. The city of Kathna is the capital city that is found in Fedora. It is Paladin-based, so most of the time you're only going to see Paladins there and the different districts that you see there. But our 6 players here are junior Paladins. They were set off on a journey in order to finally graduate as senior Paladins. They got on an airship in the city of Kathna and made their way to their destination and successfully killed off a bunch of stupid shit. And let's face it, this is a story that has a bunch of stupid shit. They got back on the ship, and the captain looks and says to all of them, says, "Oi, we need to make our way back to Kathna post-haste. The storms are brewing." Our players get on this said ship. They start to sail off. However, something's amiss. Something just doesn't seem right. They get halfway there, and all of a sudden the boat stops in the middle of its tracks. It's weird. It's an odd feeling. Never seen something like this before. Our players also encounter something that is also very strange. They now can't see what they're currently looking at. It's almost as if they're surrounded by darkness. And for those that are in the Roll20, can you see that?
Yes.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. All right. So all you can see is the table that's in the center. There are two very magical lights that are in the center of this table. The captain is at the end of it. The captain is sitting in his chair. He's rubbing his temple and says, "Oh, fuck me. What the bloody fucking hell is this shit? Can some of you go and fix the fucking ship? It seems like we're in this fucking darkness and I don't know what the hell to do about it. My crew is a bunch of misfits. Don't know what the fuck they're doing. But you lot, you seem to be pretty good with your hands. Let me give you a few tasks to do." So, with that being said, I now need to make an announcement. Tonight's session is one that is very different. Tonight's session is Among Us themed. Each of our players must be given certain tasks that they have to do, and they must complete it before the day's up. The only way that the 24 hours will be finished is if all players manage to successfully complete their tasks. However, one of you is not who you say you are. One of you is a traitor. Who amongst these players is the traitor? Who is the one that is causing all of the issues that we're currently facing? So, what I'm going to have each of you do, you're going to mute each player in the Discord to where that you cannot hear any other person except for me. Each of you will be rolling initiative. And upon rolling initiative, I will give each of you a simple task depending on what you roll. So go ahead and mute yourselves up and then ping me to let me know that you have successfully done so in the Discord. So far, I've got Triple B, Fox, Katie, Siren, and you.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Mud. There we go. All right. Okay. So I need each of you to roll initiative. And once you have done so, we will go in the turn order of initiative, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do on each of your turn orders.
I got an 11.
15.
Okay. Go ahead and write yours down. All right. Let's see.
Bottom of the order.
Okay. Let's see.
Bottom of the order. Bottom of the order.
Okay. So what did everybody get?
I got an 11.
I've got Katie's. So you got an 11. All
Yeah.
right. Mud got a 2. Okay. And
This is horrible.
Fox
This is what I get
got
for
a
having a -3 to my dexterity.
I
PD.
keep forgetting about the initiative bonus, so that would actually be an 18.
Be an 18.
Oh.
Because I get a +3 to initiative.
I'm nervous and excited.
I got to figure out who green is.
That's me.
That is you.
Yes. I am the
So I've
granola
got
one.
I think you're green, Slade.
No, well, I can control all of the characters, but I've got to figure out what you rolled.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
That's what I'm trying to find. You rolled a 1? Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I died inside.
Disgusting.
I rolled a 4 minus a 3.
It's cursed.
Let me put you all in the correct turn order.
Bottom.
Miss Katie, you
Right.
actually got an 18.
Bottom of the rung.
All right.
Oh.
So if the initiative rolls are correct, we have Miss Katie going first. We have orange going second, red going third, blue going fourth, purple going fifth, and green going last. All right. So because Miss Katie got first in the turn order, Katie, I need you to roll me a 1d10.
1d10, okay. 8.
8. So, for today's task, you must tidy up the rooms in which the party has been staying. So any of the rooms that they sleep in, you have to tidy them up. Okay?
Sounds good, sir.
All right. So next on the order is orange. So PD, I need you to roll me a 1d10. If you roll an 8, then you roll again.
Sure thing. Oh. I rolled a 4.
Oh, you rolled a 1d20. Roll a 1d10.
My bad. 1d10.
Rolled a 7.
7.
Fantastic. You must go to the kitchen and prepare healthy food for the party to keep them malnourished. All right.
Super cool.
Malnourished?
So, nourished. Malnourished, nourished. You must keep them healthy. Keep them alive. Damn it.
I was
Don't let anybody die.
You got it. I gotta prepare a good meal.
All right. We are going to red, which I believe is our good friend Triple.
Hello. Yep.
Triple, you must make the exact same roll. If you roll a 7 or an 8, you must roll again.
All right. I got a 1.
You got a 1?
Yeah.
You are the blacksmith for the day. You must repair the engine.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell
Now
yeah.
we're going to blue, which
Got a
is
blacksmith.
Fox.
Hell yeah.
Yes, hello. Let me roll that for you.
You must roll a 1d10. If you roll the same rolls as before, you must re-roll again.
Okay. I got a 10.
Okay. So you're also going to be working in the engine room. You are going to be doing the electronics in the engine room.
A buddy friend. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So whereas your friend that is going into the same room as you, one of you is going to be doing the quote unquote mechanics, and one of you is going to be working on the computers,
Hell yeah.
so to speak, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
I'm good with my hands, so this should take no time at all.
I believe it does.
All right. Next in the initiative, Mud. Roll me a 1d10, please. If you roll any of the ones from before, you must re-roll again. All right. So you rolled a 7. You must re-roll again. 8 has already been taken as well, so re-roll again. Wow, you're just one for the money, ain't you?
don't want to be alone. It's Among Us themed.
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
be kidding me.
Somebody doesn't like low rolls.
This is ridiculous.
There you go.
Hey.
Hey. All right. So number 5, you must appraise and prepare all of the weapons for any possible attacks that could possibly happen during your adventure here. All right. And last but not least, we have Miss Siren.
D10 incoming. 2, 2, 2. Roll tonight.
All right. You are going to the map room. You must make sure that you're currently still on course and access your current location as to where you possibly are at. Does everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're going back up to the top of the order. So, Miss Katie, do what you do.
Okay. Remind me really quick what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to the dormitories.
We don't have to memorize everyone else's tasks, do we?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Not unless you would like to.
No.
That is completely up to you. Okay? Now, Katie, what would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to putt around cleaning up a little bit. And was I supposed to move my icon at all?
That is completely up to you. You do have a movement speed. You have all of your access that you would have in a normal D&D session.
Okay. So I need to find the rooms that we're cleaning very quickly. Oh, they're all separate little rooms. Okay. What is the room closest to me?
Make an insight check.
Make an insight check. Okay. That is a flat d20 plus my bonus to insight. That would be a +4. So.
You're in a small room.
Oh no, I haven't rolled yet. No.
Oh, I heard 4
I was
and I was like, wait.
No. +4.
Gotcha.
+4 to insight.
Gotcha.
Because I'm used to D&D Beyond. So that's 8 + 4. That's a 12.
There you go. You are currently in one of the bedrooms.
And can I tell which of the rooms the others are in are closest to me?
I will say that with the door open, yes, you can still see that your other fellow party members are still in the main room, and they are all gathered around the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For now, I'm just going to be cleaning up the dormitories.
All right. Next up, we have PD.
Cool. I would like to attempt to go to the kitchen to get started on my task.
All right. I need you to roll me a perception check to see if you can determine where the said room is.
Got it. And it's a d20 for the perception, right?
Yes, it's E20 plus your modifier for perception.
Copy that. I rolled a 17.
Okay. So the kitchen is actually to the first door on your right.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You see that little light that you're emanating to where that you can see a certain degree?
Yeah.
That tells you that that is due north of you. So if you're going beyond that, you're going in a different direction that's possibly in the opposite direction. Like currently right now, you're actually heading upstairs towards the top deck.
Got it. So
there is a way to where that you can rotate the view. I believe it's Control R, if I'm not mistaken. So you can hold that, and it should allow you to move your viewpoint, because you only have a 120-degree viewpoint that you can see.
Got it. Well, I think okay, there we go. Cool. So then it's
there you go.
Through this hallway, I imagine?
Yeah, that's the stairs.
Okay.
So you were just there. So the door that you were just at, that was the first door to your right, is right there where I'm pinging at.
Gotcha. And I'm going to head in there. This is my first time with Roll20, so it's a little different.
Hey, no, it's perfectly fine. We all start somewhere.
Cool. So I'm going to go through the door.
Okay.
And I'm just going to look around, and I guess I would be looking for the supplies or a recipe.
Go ahead and roll me another perception check.
Cool. So I'm looking for the recipe book or the menu for tonight.
Okay.
And I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5? Well, you can see that it's a very nice kitchen. There's food all over the place, but you do not see a menu. You don't see anything of the sort. You just see various types of food all around you that you can very easily cook with.
Ah. Oh no. There must be a recipe book somewhere. I suppose I'll look at the food that is there for tonight and try to distinguish what is there.
All right.
I roll a 19.
There you go. Okay, so you can see various different types of food. You can see vegetables of all sorts, carrots, potatoes, anything that your heart desires. You see different types of meats. You see fish, beef, anything that you could possibly think of, they have it here.
Perfect. I think tonight we will serve a very hearty vegetable soup. That ought to keep everyone healthy.
Okay. Fantastic. I need you to roll me a medicine check to determine how well you actually do that.
Awesome. Rolling medicine check. 14 is the roll.
14. All right. So You do manage to prep up something pretty nice. You were successful in creating something that everyone could enjoy very well. I'm going to say that you were able to manage to create a very hearty beef stew.
Ooh, I hope everyone enjoys this.
And I actually was counting your movement, and you have fully done your movement just now. So that is as far as you can actually go.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to do? You have a bonus action. You don't have a free action anymore. You don't have any movement, and you don't have action. So do you want to do anything for your bonus action?
For my bonus action, I would just love to do a little trick with the ladle as I start pouring the soup.
Sure. Give me a performance check to see how well you do that.
La-di-da. Another roll, and it's a 20.
That is a nat 20.
Whoop.
So you manage to spin the ladle into your hand as if like you're wielding a sword. And in fact, you do it so well that you slice through a set of spices that were on the rack, and the spices land just perfectly into the beef stew that you made. And now your beef stew is a lot better than what it was.
Everyone's gonna love this.
5-star chef. I approve.
Awesome.
All right, that is your turn, my friend. We now go to Triple.
But it's my turn. Hello. Alright, so can I at all figure out why it's so dark and we can't see anything? At least try.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight check? Alright. Cool. Plus so plus 3, that's a 17?
17?
Yes.
So you can kind of get the deduction that it's something of a magical sense, that it's something is causing the current area that you're in to be cast in a magical darkness of a sort, but you don't know from where and you don't know from whom.
Oh, okay. I guess then all that's left to do.
You said 17 also, correct?
Yeah, it was 17.
Okay. I'll also say with as high of a roll that you got, that you can also tell that normally when you're inside of a boat, that the boat would sway in some way because of the water. It's perfectly still. It's not budging at all.
Oh. Well, isn't that interesting? Oh God, are we drowning?
No, you're still afloat. You're still afloat. You're just not moving.
Okay, that's very strange. We're not even rocking waves. That's really weird. Oh, geez. Okay. Dark, magically, not moving. That is a weird combo. I guess I just go try to get to the engine room to do my task.
Okay. Go ahead and make the exact same roll that our friend PD did.
All right.
Like I'm going to say perception or insight.
All right.
One of the two.
Can we make that? Can we make that?
Whichever one you prefer, we'll go with that. Out of the two.
I prefer insight, which makes it another 17.
Okay. So the engine room is actually to the very south of you. And there is a door that is right next to where the stairs are at that lead up.
Okay, where are the stairs? I can't see it.
So go ahead and move your character to wherever you would like to go. But it is south of you. And the stairs are to your right. So if you head right, the door that's right next to it, yes. And then also, just like I told PD, if you hold Control R, you can rotate your character to where that you can see with the viewpoint that you currently have.
Oh,
There
okay,
you go.
yeah. And then I've got right.
Yeah, so however much your speed is, that's how far you can move. Each square is 5 feet.
Right. 30. This 30.
That's 30? Okay,
I believe so.
awesome. All right, so you've used your free action, you've used your movement, you still have an action and a bonus action. Is there anything that you would like to do with those two things?
I don't suppose I can do like a quick investigation of the engine room to see what the problem might be, right?
If you would like to use your action and bonus actions to do that, you may do so. It'll be kind of classified as like a free action in a way, or an extra free action. So if you would like to do that, make another insight or perception check as
Right.
far as what you can see in the engine room.
It's a 5.
It is a 5.
Yeah.
This is a very big engine. It's quite large. It is metallic, and it's quite scary. Actually, it kind of gives you the shivvies, if I do say so myself.
All right, so I just look at this thing. I'm like, huh, that's an engine.
All right. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
I don't suppose I can move anymore, right?
No. Once you use your movement, that's it.
All right, then. No, I think I'm done.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Blue. So, Miss Fox, what would you like to do?
Hello, yes. First of all, I need to figure out how to reorient my character token to see what
Okay.
Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get an idea of. Okay, so am I near the entrance out into I imagine the hallways right now?
So currently you're at the second level of the ship. You're in the heart of the ship. So it would be where the meeting room is at. If you're
Right.
wanting to go upstairs to the top floor, then you would have to go right and go all the way to the right up the stairs.
Okay. The engine room. I heard that it was south, so I imagine it's in a lower level.
Yes. So if you go in that same direction where the stairs are at to the right, and then there will be a door, you'll actually be able to see the icon for the red character as you make your way there.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and head towards the engine room. I'm going to roll a quick perception to just get a quick peek in and see if I see anything off from what I'm expecting. Let me just double check what my skill is real quick. There it is. Okay. So I got a 15 total.
15? Okay.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard to get a good read because of your good friend, the red paladin that is currently standing in the way. But you can tell that the engine is giving off what would be the best way to describe this? A magical aura of a sort. It's very noticeable. Like you can see it plain as day. It gives off like a type of energy of some kind. But you don't know necessarily from what. You just know that you can see it plain as day.
Okay. But no obvious like damage, no like external like.
Not from where you can see. No, you
Okay.
have to get a little bit closer in order to get a good read on that.
Understood. All right. Let's see. Is it from my vantage point in the doorway? To the right would be the electronics, the actual computerized section.
No, you would have to go further into that room and go all the way to the other side of the room once you enter into that room in order to get to the computer.
Okay, but so I think I see. So from my character's perspective, it'd be into that room and then all the way
From
over
your
to the,
from your perspective, you're right at the door, so you would need to actually go into the room, and then once you're inside, you need to go as far left as you possibly can go before you get to the computer.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, have you used all of your movement?
I believe so. It was either 5 or 6 tiles. It was a little hard to tell. They're faint.
Okay, yeah. So each tile is represented by 5 feet. So what is your speed?
30.
30? Okay, you still have movement left. So 5, 10, 15. You moved 20 so far, so you can move up to 30.
Am I able to move past said
yes,
character?
absolutely.
Perfect. I would love to do that.
All right, so 20, 25. You can move right there.
Gotcha. And I'm
Perfect.
going to face towards where the electronics would be.
Okay. You are right close to the edge of where the engine is at. So in order to get to the computer, you have to, like you're facing now, keep going that direction.
Mhm.
You know that with your passive perception, at least.
Wonderful.
All right. Is that your turn?
I think so. I don't have enough to go off of yet.
Fantastic. All right. Now we go to Mud.
So it was weapons, yeah?
Yes.
So I'd like to head there.
All right. So in order to do so, you actually need to go up top. So you need to head to the stairs and go to the first floor.
Mm.
Same as the other players, though, you can press Control R to rotate your point of view. So if you would like to look in a certain direction, you can do that.
So it
Control
was-
R refreshes.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so then I do not know the button to rotate. What is the rotate button? Because I know that a few of you have already done it. There's a small blue square. Okay, so if you click, I see it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so if you go in and click on your character, just click it once, it'll outline it in a blue box. There you go. Perfect. Now you know how to rotate it.
Okay. So it was up, you said?
Yeah, so you need to go upstairs. You know from the direction that your other party members have gone that they are near the stairs, or at least two of them are. So that's just with your passive perception that I've got for you. So you know you have to head in that direction and go upstairs to the first floor, which is the top of the ship. It would be right there. That's where the stairs are at. And then if you rotate and go straight up, you'll go in through the stairs. Yep, that's it. Perfect. That was, let me count to make sure. What's your speed?
30.
30? Okay. You will be at the bottom of the stairs, so you won't be all the way up just yet. But you're almost there. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to do for your turn? You've used your movement. You still have a free action, a normal action, and a bonus action.
I think I'm good.
Fantastic. All right. Last in the turn order, we have player green.
It's old man Cooper's turn.
What would you like to do, my friend?
Firstly, I have 60 feet of dark vision as a half orc. Is that applied here?
It is basically being negated.
Interesting. All right. Well, those whippersnappers told me to go to the map room. Might as well go see what's up. They don't make
I cannot wait until Katie hears the voice you're using. Cannot wait.
The kids these days don't know how to make things right. Back in my day, things never broke down like this. So please lead me there.
All right. So you need to go to... I'm trying to find which room it's at.
It's okay. I love being old people because no one expects an old man to say something like, "Motherfucker, get off my lawn."
Right.
It's brilliant.
Let's see. And which room did you need to go to? Because I'm trying to figure out which one of these.
I believe the map room. I am trying to...
Map room?
Yeah.
That's what I thought you had to go to. And I'm trying to figure out which one of these rooms it is. Give me just a second. I think it's on the top story.
Oh, stairs.
It is indeed. You also have to go up to the upper level.
Oh, these are gonna kill my knees.
Okay, so you're going to go up the stairs. And let me...
Stairs are like here, right? You said?
Yeah, you know just with your passive perception that they're in the direction of the steps, yes.
Okay.
I will give you that much.
Okay, cool. So far, so good?
I am changing one thing on the other map,
Okay.
just so that you guys don't get any advantages or disadvantages. All right. So far, so good. All right. So you've turned around. You're heading in the direction of the steps. Use your full movement as you see fit.
I see my peers. Are they making it hard for this old man to get up the stairs? I think this is the farthest I can go. So if I go this way, am I just clipped into a wall?
Yeah, you're just in a wall, so you just might as well stay right there if that's as far as you can go.
Is this my... Yeah, okay. Well, it looks like someone's blocking the staircase. Can I poke this whippersnapper with my cane?
You may indeed, and tell me exactly what you say so that I can relay the information back to them.
Hey! I need to get up there! These old knees need the space! I need to get up there! What's taking you so long?
Alright. So, Mud, you are being yelled at by an old man who is saying, "Hey, what are you doing getting in my way? There's young whippersnappers these days getting in my way. I can't get up the stairs. I'm old."
I would like to poke him with my cane.
And then the old man pokes you with their cane.
I prod them back with the blunt end of my net.
Okay, so Siren, you have been punted back.
Punted?
Yes. Matter of fact, actually, I'm going to make this fun. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Me?
Yes!
Oh. 6. 6.
A 6? Okay. Mud, what is your damage for your weapon?
You would dare accost a senior citizen! You should respect your elders! What's wrong with kids these days? I'm gonna kick your ass just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't hold my own in a fight!
Mud, what is your damage?
There isn't any damage listed.
First blood.
There is no damage listed, which means that you do not have a weapon. So...
But it's listed as a weapon.
What? Okay, so what weapon do you have?
It just says net.
Net?
Net.
Wow. Okay. That's a new one even for me. Okay. Hold up.
Nothing from their... Aren't all paladins endowed with a martial weapon?
Technically, a net is a martial weapon.
Oh my god.
Martial weapon.
Oh.
Okay. I like this. This is fun. I like fun. Okay. So, Siren, your character is now caught and you are prone. And you are going to take... if I can find the die, I'm going to roll the damage for this because I'm the DM and it's just fun.
Is my character close enough to witness this? I just need to know.
Already torturing the poor newbies.
You just kicked an old man down the stairs!
So you will take 3 points of damage from falling on your back and being caught in a net.
Oh, my back! Oh.
So you're going to have to spend your next turn trying to get out of being prone.
All right. My next turn. Well, I still have some stuff.
You still have your action, so you technically could do it right now as your action. If you do so, you will have to make a strength saving throw to see if you can get out of being prone.
I think I would like to do that. I will make a strength.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Please do so.
I shall. Kids these days.
Is my character close enough to have witnessed this?
Aren't we all trying to get along here? We're all on the same airship. We're all getting to the same place. We're all paladins. What happened to the camaraderie of my youth? They don't teach paladins like they used to when I was young and spry.
Oh my god, this is brilliant. Okay. So I heard somebody ask a question, and I'm going to relay exactly verbatim what Siren just said so that everybody can understand exactly what was just transpired there. So, who asked a question and what was said question?
It's Fox. I asked the question if my character was close enough to have at least heard what was happening, then turned around to see.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. So both Fox's character and Triple's character would have heard the entire conversation and everything that transpired, basically. And I do need to relay a bit of information as far as what Siren said, because they're muted as far as I'm aware for the rest of you. So Siren's character turns around and says, "You young whippersnappers, always picking on us old people, always hurting us, abusive people. I thought we were friends. We're supposed to be paladins."
Paladins?
What the bloody fuck are you going on about?
Paladins.
And since that's my action, I can't skunk spray you with my druid craft, so I'm just going to wait patiently.
Fantastic. All right, so they have passed their turn.
Yeah, I don't have...
We are back up to the top of the initiative order. So, Miss Katie?
Okay. Would I have to roll anything to know what level the kitchens are on?
What's your passive insight, your passive perception?
11.
I'm going to make you roll.
Okay. What would I roll?
Go ahead and roll perception. Or
Perception.
I'll allow insight too, because you've been on this ship for quite a while, so I'll allow either one.
We'll go with insight, that's higher. Whew, I got a 15 plus 4. That's a 19, sir.
You know that the kitchen is on the far right across the other side of where you're currently located at. So you would need to come out of that room and go to the far right.
The far right. And I'm trying to remember how you said I can do this.
Are you trying to rotate your character?
No. I'm going to use Channel Divinity and cast Invisible on myself.
Okay. All right. You do so.
Okay. So let's see how far I can walk.
Give me just a second.
I just realized I can grumble to myself on mute, just like a real old person.
Problem, sir?
I'm laughing at one of your fellow party members.
Love that.
Let's see. How can I make you do that?
I bet there's a big old southern man in the sky making sure everything's running smoothly for us on this here airship. Thanks, big southern man in the sky. Oh, and a nice shaved head girl with a lovely sweet voice. Taking care of all the audio, making sure everyone's voice is heard. I can say anything I want.
Oh, man.
Waiting in line reminds me of the fantasy DMV. Katie, if you're hearing this, I'm really sorry. You will have to hear this. You will have to hear this, and I'm so sorry you'll have to deal with me and my trolling.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Am I where I wanted to be?
You are exactly where you wanted to be.
Okay. That was just my movement, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do I know who is in here with me?
You know that you're not anywhere near anybody currently.
Okay. And how long does my invisibility spell last?
Let me look that up.
I'm gonna chew on some of these fantasy Jolly Ranchers with my fantasy dentures.
That's interesting. As long as it will last through to my next turn, I'll Google it and tell you. Feel free to move on.
I got the answer. So it lasts. Yeah, you're good.
Perfect.
You're good.
Then I end my turn for now.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. We are now up to, let's see, PD.
Yes. Perfect. So I'm currently in the kitchen admiring the handy culinary arts that I am going to provide this ship. And I think it's time to serve them. So I would like to gather the bowls onto a tray and carry it out to the main table outside.
So, what I need you to do is I need you to roll me a strength check to determine if you are capable of carrying the food into the main dining hall to start off with.
Sounds good. I roll a 6.
You roll a 6. Fantastic. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa. Oh no.
Oh no.
I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7, good sir. So, what that means is that you bloody trip on your own fucking foot, you spill the contents of said food onto the floor, and you now have to remake dinner all over again.
The beef stew.
Lord.
So, that is your action. You still have a movement, a bonus action, and a free action.
For my bonus action,
Oh,
I
poor
would
lamb.
like to have a moment of silence for the spilled food.
Poor lamb.
You would like to have a moment of silence. Would you like to pray or anything?
I would like to pray to the higher power to
Okay.
get me through this dark time.
I need you to make me a religion check with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
The first roll was a 19, and the second
Wow.
roll was an 8.
Okay. You don't get a response back.
And I just look up into the air and nod and...
I'll even, with the high of a roll that you got, I'll even give you a little bit extra. You feel like you're being cut off.
No. I've disobeyed the gods. Too far, too long. I must redeem myself. And I suppose the only way to do that is to make a feast so grand, even the gods can't ignore it.
Okay. You still have a movement and a free action.
So for the movement, I suppose I will actually oof. I'm going to stay in here and deal with the mess for my next turn.
All right, fantastic. We now go to the next person in line, which is our good friend Triple.
Okay. So last I remember, I looked around and said, "Yep, that's an engine," and then got intimidated.
You did get intimidated, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm assuming I need to find what I need to fix, right?
You would need to actually go further into the room and then do more inspections.
Got it. So I think... All right. We're going to go here.
Okay.
Right.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's 25 of your movement. You said 30 is your max, correct?
Yes, 30 is my max. All right.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and see, like, hey, is it here?
You are, because of how close you are looking at directly at the engine itself.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do anything with the said engine?
What are some things I can do with it? Can I like try it?
So you know your job is that you have to repair the engine,
Okay.
that it's broken down. But you haven't inspected it yet. You haven't done much of anything at all with this engine quite yet. You just walked up to it and that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see like what's right here that I can check out, and is the broken thing here?
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
All right, got it. 16.
16.
Yeah.
This engine's been tampered with.
Oh.
And you can see that some of the parts have been broken and need to be fixed quite immediately.
How broken is broken? Like some.
It's not running.
Like some duct tape here and there, or we're gonna be all right.
Oh no. It's gonna require a lot more than that.
Oh boy. All right. Do I know anything about engines of this variety that would help me?
Not necessarily. Well, no, I take that back. You are of the red Paladin source. So, because of that, you do have a lot of experience being a blacksmith. So, it's kind of lucky that you actually got that job. Woo! So, I'm going to tell you what. Because of your Paladin's background, I'm going to allow you, if you wish to repair the engine, to make the said roll with advantage.
I would love to.
All right. So, in order to repair the engine fully, you must make a strength or athletics check, and you will do so with advantage.
All right. So, a strength check with advantage?
So, make it an athletics check. And you will roll the 1d20 plus your athletics, and you will roll it with advantage.
Oh hell yeah! This is a good thing for me. All right, I'm already above a dirty 20 here. So yeah, I got a 21 total.
You got a 21? Okay. Because of how experienced you are with working with metal, you were easily able to fix this engine right back up to its full standings.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear that it's trying to start up, but it's still having trouble, which you can, just with your passive insight, basically get the notion that there's still one other job that needs to be completed in order for the engine to fully be operational. But you do know that you were successful at managing your job.
All right, so my task is done, but I know that there's something else that needs to happen before this is gonna run.
Exactly.
All right, I think I know what that task is.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do on this said turn? You still have a bonus action?
Can I like check up on the guy who came in behind me?
I will say that you can do that as your bonus action if you would like. So would you like to communicate with them?
Yes. I would like to like see what's up and see how they're doing.
So let's see. All right. You're going to unmute Fox, and Fox is going to unmute you, and the two of you can communicate.
All right. Fox, you good? Fox, hello.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
I got my job
Hey.
done. What's up? What do you need help with?
Role play.
Well, I need to go and take a look back here at the computer, see what's going on with that. I haven't had a chance to get much further.
All right. How can I help with that?
The computer here.
Just keep your eyes out. If you're having that much trouble with the engine, I'm a little afraid of what we're going to find up here.
No, the engine's all good. I fixed it up.
Wait, I
but
think I'm in the kitchen.
I'll watch your back for you.
Much appreciated. I'll let you know if I find anything else.
All right.
Thank you.
That's that.
If the communication is done, remute yourselves back over again, please.
All right.
It is complete.
Fantastic. All right. So with that turn being done and over with, we actually now go over to Miss Fox. What would you like to do?
Well, it seems I've got someone looking at my back, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and proceed further in. I'm going to see if, I want to see the right state that we've got the computer.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to move past my companion in red over here again, looks like.
Go for it.
How much closer am I?
You're getting closer. Go ahead and roll me a perception check if you would like.
I got an 18.
Fantastic. Okay. So with an 18, you know that you're almost past the engine itself, and you can make out the very slightest hint that there looks to be like a desk at the very end of this room, but you're not 100% sure because of the magical darkness that is causing you problems.
I don't usually take myself as the suspicious sort, but I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and cast protection from evil upon myself.
Fantastic. You do just that. Would you like to do anything else?
Nothing else really comes to mind, unless with the passive perception I notice anything else.
That's quite literally it. That's all you can see currently.
All right, that'll do it for myself.
All right, fantastic. Next up, we have Mud. So you know that you have to go upstairs in order to get to the room you currently need to.
All right, upstairs we go then.
All right, so I'm going to swap the map over. So you're going to see something a little bit different. Do you see the new map?
I assume so, but I can't really see anything.
Okay. You're currently at the top of the stairs. I'm going to say that when you reach the top of the stairs, you still have 5 feet of movement left because of your 30 feet.
Okay. How do I get up the stairs?
You're already at the top of the stairs. So
Okay.
right now, you currently you see a door, but you don't know what's past that door. But you still have 5 feet of movement, so you can either go through that door or you can go to your left.
To my left.
Okay, go ahead and move your character and face in that direction.
I don't have my character.
Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Unprepared DM. I have not done the thing I was supposed to do.
Oh no, how terrible.
All right, you can move your character now. I say that, and then, okay, there you go. So I was fixing to say, I was like, oh no, technical problems of a DM. You can move right there, so 1 square back. There you go. You did it. Happy day. All right. So we're going to leave it on this map because unless you would like to do something else for your turn.
No, that's it.
All right. Fantastic. I need to see one thing. Okay, I got it. All right. So you're not going to be able to move like Mud did. But Siren, it is your turn. You are at the top of the steps. And I shall give you your token because I am now prepared. There you go.
That whippersnapper finally moves.
I will say that you managed to get to the top of the stairs. You're not going to be able to move past that point. Well, you can move right there. That's the top of the stairs. So that's as far as you can move. You can actually look around if you wish and do any kind of checks you would like to do or any other actions or whatever you would like. But you did manage to be brutally assaulted by another paladin. So do with that as you will.
Yeah. Okay. Where is the let me do a perception check. Yeah. I want to see where my map room is.
Fantastic. Actually, I will say that you can roll either perception or insight for that.
Interesting. I'm kind of equally good at both, so... Oh, actually, no, I'm slightly better at insight. Sure!
Okay.
Yep, that's a +4. Booty, booty, booty. Grand total 23 perception, insight.
Fan-fucking-tastic. So, with that, you do know that the map room would be closest to the far end of the ship, next to where that you would know that the mast of the ship is at. So if you know that how most ships are built, the mast is always at the top, closer to the helm, per se. So you know that it's generally in that area. So in order to get there, you must head to the very top of the ship, which would be south of you currently.
Okay, same floor?
Same floor. You just know that you need to make your way to the helm and go through a said door that leads into the map room. But you know that generally speaking, that it's within that area somewhere.
Okay. Well, if this person isn't going to get out of my way... Hey! And I give him a whap upside the head, like a get your attention one with my stick. Hey! What's wrong with you?
Would you like to communicate with the said person?
I'd love to.
Fantastic. If Siren and Mud would please unmute themselves so that they can hear each other and communicate how they see fit, you may do so.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Hey, what's the big holdup? What is this, a line to the bathroom or something?
Hopefully Mud can actually hear you.
Mud, are you muted? Well, you are muted, but can you hear me?
Hmm?
Did you hear anything that Siren said to you?
No.
Okay. Siren is wanting to communicate to you, so if you would like to, you can unmute Siren and the two of you can role play as you see fit.
Okay.
Hey, what's the big holdup? Is this the line to the bathroom or something?
Just having some trouble getting up the stairs is all.
Oh. Well, that makes two of us. What's wrong? Is it your knees? It's always my knees.
No, it's just a little dark and the floorboards are a bit uneven.
Well, that's why I've got this old cane here. It's my quarterstaff, too. Speaking of weaponry, why'd you net me?
You startled me. I, again, can't really see.
Well, I will now. The eggs on this old man's face. I apologize for startling you. Who do I see? What do you look like?
So I will kind of briefly relay a little bit on that, and then they can finish off however they see fit as far as the rest of their description. You know that the sigil that is on their breastplate is currently the one of the paladins under the purple sigil.
Mm-hmm.
You know them to be, and I have to find my information on this because let's face it, I am unprepared today. Woo!
You're good.
Great.
All right. So you know that this paladin is from a group of paladins known as the Redeemers. They are the quote unquote non-violent paladin group. They would rather talk things out and have a civilized discussion rather than draw swords or shed any blood of any kind.
Oh.
But the rest of the details, I will leave that up to Mud.
Half elf with kind of shoulder length brown hair.
Well, then you come face to face with this 6'8" geriatric half orc fellow. Like his bags have bags, and his orcish tusks are really blunted. And he's wearing this big a straw hat with a bunch of weird reeds and stuff sticking out of them. And he's got this quarterstaff with a glass orb dangling off of it. And over his plate mail, he is in fact wearing overalls, and there is a little shovel sticking out of the front pocket. You don't see any hair sticking out from underneath his straw hat, and he kind of looks down at you and squints. That's an interesting sigil for what you did back there. Don't they teach you temperance in the Order of Redeemers?
A little bit. It's mostly a focus on not drawing blood.
I hope they have supplementary school for whippersnappers like you, because you did, in fact, knock me over. If you could please get out of the way, I'd love to get to the map room. Something tells me there's something afoot!
I wouldn't really call myself a whippersnapper. I'm 68.
Oh my gods, we're the same age.
Oh, me. This is brilliant. Okay, did you describe what paladin group you were currently from?
Me? Oh, I did not. You would see the mark of you gave me the info. It is a green sigil upon my chest. It's kind of hanging over the overalls that I've got on. I'm trying to find the info. I'm sorry, most esteemed DM. I don't have.
Hey, I was completely underprepared myself, so do not feel bad. Okay, so let's see. You are the green.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. All right. Let me find the name. I know what they represent. I just have to. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, Mud, you can see on the sigil that they are from the Paladins known as sages. So you typically know just with your passive perception that sages are typically people that represent. It's almost like they're a druid / wizard based paladins. They're very nature-esque, if that makes sense. They're like the hippies of the paladin group.
So now that you know that,
They like to experiment a lot. They like to, be very rad. That's the word I'm looking for. Rad. But is that all you guys would like to communicate to each other with?
Are you gonna get out of my way, or am I gonna have to carry you?
Let me go back to the okay, there we go.
Do you need
Awesome.
a piggyback ride, youngster? I still got it in me.
I'm gonna say that that's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and mute yourselves back up so that you can't hear each other once again.
Actually, one last thing.
And
may I have one last thing? Oh, never mind.
I'm going to move you off down here and you off right. Yeah, because you are no longer there. Oh, I apologize. I see your message just now. I did not hear you say that. That is my bad. Would you like to do that, Siren?
Yeah, I think after just frustrated with how I wasn't getting where I need to go, Old Man Kuska's gonna tap his staff and Misty Step in his direction.
All right, go ahead and do that now.
Cool. So use my 30 feet.
Misty Step, yeah, use your 30 feet, Misty Step anywhere that you would like to travel to.
Okay. This will probably this is probably good. I'm not floating above like empty ground, am I?
No.
Cool.
You're actually close to the helm itself. So like here's the wheel right there. You can actually see it.
Wonderful. Well, I'll take it then. I spent my yeah. And then let's just use my movement to actually get to that.
Oh, okay. All right. So you actually didn't have any movement because when you reached the top of the stairs, that was your full 30 feet. That
was my movement. Okay, my apologies. Then that's all I can do.
So, fantastic. Beautiful. All right, we should now go back over here. And for Siren and Mud, I have moved your characters off the map because you are no longer on this level, but the rest of you are still here. So, with that being said, we're back at the top of the order. And Katie, it is your turn.
Perfect. Now I want to take a good think about this.
Whambus.
I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I'm just thinking. Okay. May I roll perception in the room I'm currently in?
Yes, you can do
Okay.
that. Start off with that.
Yes. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. I get.
We have a player who has not played a paladin before, so you'll have to excuse us.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I'll get a +1 to perception, so that is a natural 1. So that's a 2.
So with a nat 1, you basically look down at the floor and you can tell that it's dirty. Like, it's just, for whatever reason, this is a musty place. Like, I can't help but wonder who the fuck is supposed to clean this goddamn ship. Like, you would think that the captain would be smart enough to know that he needs a crew to sweep this place up. Like, I swear to God.
No wonder I've been assigned to the dormitories. They are fucking dirty. Alright. I'm going to move. Just about there.
Okay. So let's see. And why is it not letting me do that? That's weird. Okay. That's why. That's my, for whatever reason, my roll 20 is being weird.
No worries. No worries at all.
Okay. Now that I have access to where I can see everybody again, because for whatever reason, I was getting a black screen.
I know, it's very weird.
All right. So is that your turn?
Was the perception a free action or an action?
You, again, it's because of how poorly you rolled, you really don't see anything at all.
Alright, no, then that's my turn.
Fantastic. All right. We go to our famous cook. That would be PD.
As I look over the floor in the room, I understand this isn't a good thing. I think I want to use my action first to, or my bonus action to perceive if there's any sort of broom or mop that'll help me clean up the mess I've made.
Okay, roll me a perception check then.
I roll a 16.
So there is not any tools that you can use inside of this room. In order to get to the tools, you need to go back outside, and the tool rack, quote unquote, for the kitchen is right outside the door, hanging up on the wall.
Then I will proceed to
5, 10.
maneuver around the food.
Yeah, so your full movement will get you right there at the spot you need to be at.
Gotcha. So I exit the room, and it's to my right, correct?
Yeah, it's right there. That is the spot where the mop and broom they're all hanging up on the wall.
I am going to grab a mop with the bucket.
Okay. All right. So you do grab that. I'm going to say that as your action. You grab the mop and the bucket and all that good stuff. And you still have a bonus action and a free action.
For the free action, I just want to take a look around the main room to just do a perception check to see if anybody's currently there.
Okay. So roll me another perception check then.
Rolling it. I roll a 16 again.
So you can see the captain sitting at his desk. He's drinking a lot of liquor.
Oh.
And it looks like that he is absolutely frustrated. Like, he's like, why the fucking hell do I have to put up with this shit? Traveling here and there, and I like taking paladins everywhere. Like, I lost my old job.
Oh, wow.
I thought you're not supposed to drink and drive.
I just mutter under my breath, poor guy. He needs to see the light. Maybe I can bring him the light with the food I cook.
It's very possible. All right, you still have a bonus action though. What would you like to do with that, if anything?
For the bonus action, I would like to actually I'm not even sure if that's gonna count as a bonus. I was gonna do a spell, but it's actually like an action, so never mind.
Okay.
All
right.
That'll conclude.
Fantastic. We now go to Triple. Hopefully Triple is still awake.
Oh no, I hope he is.
Oh no, Triple!
Hello? Yes?
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello?
We did it!
We did what?
Good job! We can hear. All right, I can hear you. They can't hear you.
Sorry, I zoned out. My bad.
Welcome to D&D, where we all zone out periodically for no reason other than we need naps.
I feel like you're talking about me while
Ain't
driving.
that the bloody truth?
Okay, so...
All right, it is your turn, though.
All right, so can I see if Fox finished her task?
You can turn in that direction if you would like, and roll me a perception check if you would like.
Gosh, which direction? It was this way, right?
Yes,
All right, perception. Dude. Whoa, 19.
19. They have not quite made it there yet.
All right, cool. Well, I since they're still there, I think I'm gonna head back into the main area. Start heading towards the kitchen to see if I can help them with any of the prep work or anything like that.
All right.
So
You may do so.
I get back to here, right?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep, you would be right there.
Awesome. So I go this way. I'm facing this direction. Headed for kitchen.
All right.
Do I see anything?
Sounds good. Do you see anything interesting? Nope.
All
I do
right,
not.
Cool. And I guess I call out to who's the one in the kitchen?
PD is the one that's in the kitchen.
All right, I call out to PD to see what they're up to.
All right, so go ahead and unmute PD. PD, if you would be so kind, if you would like to communicate with Triple, you may do so. So you may unmute Triple, and the two of you can role play how you see fit.
All right. Hey, PD.
Hi, Triple.
PD, what's good?
Hey, just careful with your step. I made a mess in the kitchen.
You made a mess. All right, you need some help cleaning up?
Oh wow, that would actually be so helpful if you could.
I'm done with my stuff, so I'd be happy to help.
That would be a godsend. And I look up to the sky. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just on my way back, so I got nothing else to do.
Sure. I have an extra bucket here.
I'd be happy to help. Can I give him advantage on his next turn for whatever he needs to do?
Once the two of you manage to get into the kitchen in the same room, then I will grant you that.
All right, awesome. So I'll see you there in just a little bit.
Sounds great. Do you know what's up with the captain?
With the captain?
Yeah, he seems a little down. He's been drinking quite a bit.
Well, I mean, his engine was busted pretty good.
Oh.
I assume this isn't normal or anything. It was lucky that I was the
no.
one who went to fix it, really.
Wow, aren't you the fixer-upper? You got to get a nickname for that one.
But I think he's just stressed out like the rest of us are right now.
I see. So something's amiss here. Okay.
All right, and I think that's about the end of my turn, unless I can use my action.
All right. So go ahead and mute yourselves back up to where you cannot hear each other, and we will go on to the next turn.
That's it.
All right. Let's see. We've got Fox. It is your turn.
Hey. Alright. I'm heading back here just to see if I can make my way. I think I've made my way to the table.
That is the said table. You are correct. So You make it there. You do see some tools there. You see that there is a computer there as well, but it is currently turned off. I need you to roll me a perception check, though.
Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. I got a 16 total.
Fantastic. Somebody has tampered with the computer.
Beyond just being shut off?
Beyond just being shut off.
What exactly am I looking at here?
So, in order to fix the computer, you need to give it some form of power. It's almost as if that somebody has tampered with what makes the computer run.
So they're saying that the internal power source has been removed?
Yes, indeed.
Huh. Is there any evidence of physical damage outside of that?
Yes, as a matter of fact. It looks like that whoever removed the internal power source did so aggressively.
Alright, so they're not exactly skilled with whatever they were trying to do. They, looks like they actually, like, wrenched it apart instead of using fine tools to take it apart normally. Is that about right?
That is pretty much it, yes.
Alright. Is it going to be possible to get this thing put back together, considering that it was damaged?
So you have two ways of going about this. You can either, one, you can roll a survival check to see if you can manage to successfully fix the computer and access the stuff that you need to do in order to get the engine back up and running again. Or you can remove one of your high-level spell slots and use that as a power source instead.
That is an interesting idea. I've only really used one of my first level spells. I've
Yes.
got a couple of second level spells, but what you're saying is I just basically expend a slot, almost like I'm doing a divine smite.
It's basically you're wasting a spell slot in order to give power to this, yes. But you have to use your highest level spell slot that you can use in order to access it.
Right, that'd be my second.
Fantastic. So you can do that, or you can roll the survival check to see if you can manage to do the harder route.
That is very tempting. However, I also know that the dice are very fickle.
Alright.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my second level spell slots to give power to the computer and see if I can access the routines for the engine.
Okay. So you guys see as our friend Fox here waves their hand over the computer and gives part of their divine magic into this computer. The computer instantly turns on. I need you to roll me an insight check.
Aye. Insight. Okay. I got a 21 total.
You got a 21? Fantastic. Okay. So this is basically like any other computer. You can see a couple of icons that are on the screen. You can see one, the icon that is needed for the engine. You see two, like a quote unquote internet-esque type icon. And then you see a third icon that has no name.
Can I like right click on it and see if I can get more information on the icon? Usually there's some kind of description.
Yeah, you can. So you can right click on it and there will be the option to access the properties if you would like to do that. Completely up to you. You do that?
I think I'm going to do that.
Fantastic. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no. If there ever is a God of mercy, please let him turn his gaze upon me right in this moment, because I've got a bad feeling that the dice are going to betray me. Nope, I got 24 total.
24, you're going to take half.
All right.
You're going to take half of, if I can find all the dice, that would be fantastic. 1, 2, 3,
First saving throw of the night.
5, 6. You're going to take half of 6d8.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm just glad that I rolled as high as I did. Oh,
You're going to take half of 26.
all right, that's fine.
So what you see is when you click on the properties to try to access the information from that said computer, the computer itself goes completely black and then shoots a bolt of electricity at you straight into your face, and you get knocked back. You're instantly going to be prone, but you're going to take half of what that damage was just now from that bolt of electricity. The power source that you gave it is now gone, and you're going to have to give it a secondary power source in order to turn it back on again.
Damn.
So, just so I know, what was the other two icons besides the internet one and the blank one?
There was the icon that accessed the engine.
Oh, I completely missed that one. I thought, oh God. It's fine. I'm just an idiot. It's fine. That's all right. Intelligence was not my highest stat, so I think I can be forgiven for that.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Am I able? Do I have any other actions that I can use to try to get up from prone?
You've already used an action, and I'm technically going to classify part of what you did to investigate the computer itself for that icon as a bonus action. So the only thing you technically would have left is your movement, and you can't use your movement to get out of being prone. So what I'm going to say is that you're going to be prone until your next turn, and you're going to have to use that turn to get out of being prone.
All right.
All right.
Can I just say something before my turn ends?
You most certainly can.
God blast me for a fool! What the feckin' hell? What kind of jackanate puts something like that on the computer? I swear to God, when I find them, I'm gonna cave their skull in.
Oh, I love roleplay. Next up, we have Mud. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, weapons is this way?
That is a wall. 5, 10. Okay, you've expended 10 so far. You have 30 feet of movement, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got 20 feet left. I'll go ahead and say that you're close enough to see it, that there is a door to your left. So right about there. Okay. Now we're going to get into some nitty-gritty details for you, because you do see it. As you walk out the door, you look up into the night sky and you see no stars. You are surrounded by a giant arcane black bubble. You can tell just by instincts alone that something extremely powerful is casting this spell around this entire ship. It almost sends shivers down your spine as to how terrifying this magic is. What would you like to do? Because you still have movement, and you can still do your action, bonus action, free action, all that stuff.
So, am I in the weapons area?
No, you are close to it, though. I will say that. You are close to the weapons area. Go ahead and roll me an insight check, and depending on how well you roll on that, I'll tell you just how close.
18.
Fantastic. You know, just by being on the ship for as long as you have, that the door that leads into the weapons room is right up here where I'm pinging at the top of the map.
Why are we talking about the weapons room?
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That right there, that square below you, that's the 30. But you do know that the door is right there.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to do anything else? You still have an action, bonus action, free action.
I'm good.
Okay. Awesome. We now go to our elderly folk. Siren.
No. So I'm finally in the engine room, and I do remember you said that the stuff was
you're looking for the map room.
Yes, map room. You said that I was like pretty close right here.
You're getting close, yes. So I need you to roll me an insight check now that you're closer to it to see if you can remember exactly where it's located at.
Yeah. My memory is going in up in years. 68 is kind to a half elf, but not to an half orc. There's my insight check. That's 17.
Fantastic. You know that the map room is behind this door right here.
All right. So does that count as my action to roll the check?
No, that counts as a free action. Any checks that you make is considered a free action. That is a wall. So please do not go through the wall.
I'm going to go up now. Through here?
That is a wall, but you do see a set of stairs leading down right there.
Great. I'll take the dash action then and move another 6 squares.
Fun fucking tastic.
1, 2, may proceed forward?
You go down the stairs here, and the door is right there, my friend.
One last 5-foot step.
That is a wall. You can make a 5-foot step right there and be inside of the map room.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yes'm. You were inside the map room. You did it.
All right. Finally, I made it to my objective.
Woo! Go. I'm going to give you a freebie. Make me a perception check.
Can do. My perception is not superb, but it's not terrible either. +1 is +1. 16.
16? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Somebody's tampered with the map.
How do you tamper with a map? Do you spill coffee on it?
So you can see just where you're standing at, that where you guys were supposed to be at and heading towards, it looks like that the map is showing you heading in a different direction that you're from where you're not supposed to be going. So it's almost like somebody is magically making it to where that wherever the ship shows on the map is going, you guys are going.
We're being forcibly redirected. Would a survival check or perhaps a history check tell me what the direction we're headed in would be?
You could do that on your next turn.
Can do. Oh no!
All right. Is that your turn?
I don't have any. I mean, the only other thing you could do with a bonus action is teleport.
All right. Well, then we will move on. We are back up to the top of the order, Miss Katie.
Okay. All right. May I roll perception, please?
Yes'm.
Okay. Oh, so much better. I got a 14, so that's a 15 plus 1.
Fantastic. You can see up ahead of you that one of your fellow compatriots is in front of you, and you can also sense that somebody is behind you.
Behind me?
Yes.
So one is in front of me and one is behind me?
Correct.
Can I tell if either of them are looking directly at me?
No.
Okay. And I'm still I'm still active.
Yes.
My spell is still active. Okay. Okay. I would like to move right there, please.
Okay. Fantastic. You are moved, and that is your full movement.
Okay.
Ooh, we're moving other people.
Okay. So, our friend Katie is heading up the stairs and is wanting to go up to the first floor, and she has done so. All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. That is your turn. We are now going over to our good friend, which I need to PD.
Well, here we are, Trip. This is the door into the kitchen. Don't mind your footsteps. Stew is spilled on the floor. I'm going to use my turn to move into the kitchen.
Okay.
And with my mop, I would like to clean up this mess for my action.
Fantastic. Make me a survival check. As a DM, I don't know exactly how I would go about that, so I'm just going to say survival.
Sure. And I'm rolling a 5.
You slip on the floor.
Oh no.
And you fall face first into the hot soup. I need you to no, actually you rolled really bad. I'm going to make you take the full damage on that. You're going to take 2d6 of burn damage and 1d4 fall damage. You take 6 burn damage and 1 fall damage.
Wow.
All right. You are now prone. And you're going to have to wait until your next turn to get out of being prone, good sir. Also, you broke the mop.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not PD's night.
Clearly.
All right. We go to the next turn, which is our good friend, Triple. Triple, there is something I would like to inform you of.
Yeah.
Something you're not going to like.
Was it the whole PD situation?
Oh, no.
I'm dead, aren't I?
You're dead.
Yeah, I thought so.
What?
Oh, no. What? I just
You
died?
feel as your soul has just left your body, and I need you to roll me a religion check.
Religion? Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Okay, hold on. I got a 19.
You got a 19?
Oh, yeah.
Triple, you are being rejected from entering heaven.
Oh, no. What did I do?
You are now floating on the ship, and you can see everything.
Like, oh, yay.
But you cannot touch anything. You cannot access anything. You cannot even speak. All you can do is move around. So what I'm about to do is I am going to give you full access to everything.
What the? Oh, no.
But you will not be able to see or do anything.
But I literally just wanted to help people. Oh, no.
Does he get to like unmute us all and listen, or
He can unmute everybody if he so wishes.
I will now be doing that.
Let's see.
Grand.
I'm going to turn that off.
Oh, no.
Can you see everything?
Yeah, I can see everything, all right.
I'm going to make it to where that you can see it a little bit better because, well, no, I'm going to leave it at red.
All right, yeah.
That matches your color. I like it.
That.
Okay, so let me do one minor adjustment because I have to adjust a few things. Okay. All right. So here's how this works. Triple, your speed is doubled.
Okay.
You cannot touch anything.
Okay.
You cannot speak. You cannot communicate with any of the people that is on this ship.
All right.
But you can float around and do one very specific action that is very peculiar. You can touch objects in a way to where that people who see those said objects could potentially see them move or do something to your desire.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
haunt really has begun.
But that is the
Ooh,
only thing you
friends.
can do. You cannot do anything else. You cannot do your abilities. You cannot attack anybody. You cannot do anything other than that one action. You can move double your speed and use your special ability to interact with one singular object that you so wish as you see fit.
Okay. I actually, oh man, I don't suppose I could use my one touch, touch object action to help anybody. I assume not.
No.
All right, I thought so.
The only thing you can do is if you are smart about it, you can come up with a way to use your newfound ability to interact with objects to make it easier for players to do what they need to do. But that is all on you. You have to contemplate as to how you're going to be able to access those things.
Okay, can I see what killed me?
Currently, no. There's nobody in your current area, no.
How did I die? What? Okay. So I'm going to just kind of go up here and I grab a knife and throw it at the doorway to get his attention.
You can try, yes. So what
All
I'm
right.
going to have you do
All right.
is, depending on the actions that you perform, you will make a specific roll. In this case, because you are throwing an object, I'm going to make you make a strength check.
Okay. Oh no. 8.
8. So you don't hit the door, but you manage to pick the knife up and you throw it into the floor right in front of the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that get
All
his
right,
attention?
that is your
or anything
turn.
like that?
No, that's it. That's all you can do.
All right.
Your movement and that one ability.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Fantastic. So, Miss Fox, is your turn.
Oh, God, my backside. Oh. All right, let's see if I can get my heavy self off the floor. Thank God I'm not wearing plate mail.
Roll me a strength check, please, to see if you can get up.
Oop, it didn't, it got rid of the thing.
Oops.
1 second.
Oops.
I rolled a 17.
You do manage to successfully get up. With ease, I might add.
Oh. I'm just going to take a moment to try to dust off any potential char that might have gotten on the armor.
Sure.
And I'm going to see if my hair decided to frizz out. It's bad enough when it's humid.
You seem fine.
All right. Can I do a perception check? 1, to see if there was any damage to the computer itself, and 2, to see if anything changed around me.
Okay. Yes, you can.
All right. I rolled a 23.
Rolled a 23. Fantastic. So the computer, funny enough, has not changed. It is back to being what it was before you added the spell slot. So black screen is turned off, has no power source. Everything else seems fine.
So you're telling me that surge did absolutely nothing that I could tell?
Correct.
Huh.
So you can kind of take the suspicion that whatever you just did, for whatever reason, absorbed your spell slot and did away with it. Cast it into the void, if you will.
Huh.
But it does need a new power source. So the option is there again. You can either roll for it, or you can add another spell slot.
I'm gonna try rolling for it this time.
Fantastic.
As much as I would love to use another spell slot, I don't know if I'm gonna need another spell.
All right. So go ahead and roll me a do a survival check. Yes.
Real quick, survival is one of my favorite ones because of my background.
Okay.
So when I calculated the modifier for it, I added in the +3 proficiency bonus.
Yes, so you'll add your modifier plus your proficiency. Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure that was all okay. Then I took care of it already. All right. Well, let's see. Ugh, I got a 15.
15. You managed to get it to turn on, but it's kind of finicky. It's a little less responsive than before, but the 3 icons are still there.
All right, I'm gonna go for the engine one. I'm gonna leave that other one alone, but hopefully I can tell someone about it because that's some freaky shit.
All right, so you click on the engine one. You can see everything that is wrong with the engine currently. So the engine actually runs off of Ethereal. So for those that do not know, Ethereal is a quote-unquote secondary type of magic that is extremely rare. In fact, this item is so rare that there is not a single vendor or anybody particularly that is willing to buy nor sell this item. So to have this said item is both priceless and worthless at the same time. Each ethereal represents a different type of element, quote unquote, and they each do something different. In this case, you see 4 red ethereal crystals inside of the engine. 2 of the ethereal crystals are completely out. In order to reactivate those 2 crystals, you must use 2 spell slots.
Oh, good night. You've got to be.
And you can use any spell slot for this as you so see fit. However, the higher the spell slot, the more power it's going to get.
Damn. Oh, all right. I gotta think about this. Real quick, what's the positioning of the 2 crystals to the other 2?
So the 2 that are working is the one on the far left and the one on the far right. The 2 in the middle are the ones that are currently damaged.
Damn. All right, so there goes one idea. I was gonna try to see if I can do a combination of a higher spell slot. If there was, let's say, an alternating like far left, gap in the middle, active one, then gap, because then
I'll actually even ping it for you because you can see it technically on the computer. So the one that you can that you know needs to be repaired is this one here and this one here.
Can I tell based on what's being shown on the screen which one is more critical? That might need a bigger boost of power.
So both of them are completely empty. And it's actually rather odd that they're both empty, because ethereal is one of those things that, like, you need a high level spellcaster in order to fully access the entirety of Ethereal itself. So Ethereal is one of those things that it's so powerful that unless you are super familiar with the objects themselves and know exactly what they do, it's even at that point, it's hard to completely deplete an Ethereal of its magic. So you kind of get the sense that, again, it's been tampered with in some way.
What the fuck? Right. I'm gonna go ahead and carefully turn towards the engine.
Okay.
Can I tell if I'm alone right now?
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage because of the darkness.
Damn. Hi. Give me 1 second to get the second one up.
All right.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, backspace the...
No, you're good. Take your time.
Yeah. Oh, you're kidding. Oh.
Beautiful.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
The darkness is so thick that you can't see past 5 feet from you. That you don't know if you're alone. You don't know if somebody is in here. In matter of fact, it could very well be that somebody is standing right next to you and you just don't know it.
God damn it. Oh, fuck me. Alright, let me look at something real quick. Am I able to cast a spell if need be?
You still have an action and I'm going to say that accessing the computer was a bonus action. So I'm going to allow you to still have the action, however. So yes, if you would like to cast a spell, you may do so if you have any spells that you can cast right now.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay, fantastic. You do that.
I'm getting a bad feeling.
Okay.
So I gotta find my crewmates because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let something happen to them. I mean, it's my creed after all.
Fantastic. Awesome. So I'm going to say that is your turn. However, it has been requested of me that after the said turn was over, that if we could take a 5-minute break. So I had the notion that this episode was going to last longer than the 3 hours anyway. So I had planned on already taking a break at some point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow each of my players to go and take a 5 to 10 minute break if they so wish. We will come back and we will start the recording back up. And potentially this episode is going to be 2 to 3 parts long. Just depends on how far we get with the rest of this session. But we will be back here shortly, and stick with us. It's going to be a fun one. All right. So we have just finished our good friend Fox's turn. We are actually going to go over to Mud's turn. Mud, unfortunately, is now dead. Boop, boop, boop. And I will delete that. They are gone forever. They have become a spirit and are floating around somewhere. And for those that are listening, the reason why that they had to die off so quickly is because of the fact that unfortunately they had to go and step away. But that is fine. We were able to fix it, so we're good to go. But in story terms, Mud is now dead.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So with that out of the way, I'm actually going to move on to the next turn, which is our good friend Siren.
All right. All right. Okay. So let me think. Things are being tampered with. I would, let me get an inkling on where we're headed. I think if we're being directed somewhere, I want to know where we're being dropped off.
Okie dokie. You may do so.
So, what would you prefer, history or survival? Or something else?
I want to force you to roll history.
Sure, that's fine with me. We haven't had a history roll yet. Grand 3.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Cool. You don't know where the fuck you're at. Matter of fact, this map is hard to read.
They don't make maps like they used to when I was a young adventurer. Maybe these old eyes are going. Kids, we're being sabotaged. I'd like to go find the rest of my team and just shout.
Okay, sure. All right, so you know the door is behind you.
Yep.
So just make your way to whichever direction you would like to go.
Do I have any spells that can make me? Nope, nothing that can make me louder. I don't have any like thaumaturgy or anything. In that case, I think I'm just gonna what role would you like me to make if I want to try like wandering aimlessly and projecting? Kids, we're being what's it
Oh
called?
God, what would I make you roll for that? Oh Lord, have mercy!
But I don't know.
What in the world? I probably. Oh, that's actually a really good question. What would I make you roll for that? Fuck it. Yeah, do performance.
All right.
I feel like that's the better stat as far as like trying to do exactly what you're trying to do. So
21.
21? Okay. So you won't know who can hear you, but you do successfully yell out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Awesome.
Kids, we're being boondoggled. I'm gonna explore the ship a little, actually. What's this way? I want to explore. You made such a nice ship for us. Let's explore. Is there anything here I can go to?
You see the stairs to right next to you that you came down off of, and then you see the what is it called? A mast? It's the thing where you climb up to the top of the ladder, and it's where the people use the eye scope thingy.
Okay, I think I can move forward 2 more spaces, and I'm gonna get a vantage point.
Okie dokie. You're halfway up the ladder.
Yes. Have I used my dash action yet?
Do you want to use your dash action to get all the way to the top? Because all you've done so far is a free action.
Okay.
So.
Yes, I will use my dash to climb up, and I think I'm just gonna get here, try to get some vantage. It's pretty hard to get the drop on me from up here.
Cool. All right.
Kids, I'm up here!
So, that is your turn.
Yes.
Miss Katie, it is your turn. You are at the top of the steps on the first floor.
The first floor, okay.
You should be able to move your character.
I should. Ah. Excellent, thank you. Okay. I'm going to roll perception. Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, what are you trying to perceive exactly?
If anybody else is on this floor.
There is one person on this floor, and you can see them on top of the crow's nest.
Okay.
Oh, it's me.
May I, can I try and call out to them?
You most certainly can. Matter of fact, do you hear them mumbling something? It's kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
Mumbling.
Okay, do I need to roll anything to try and call out to them, or can I just...
I'm going to make you roll the exact same roll they rolled. Make a performance check.
A performance check. Okay, let me double check my stats. Oh, I get a +4. Look at that, look at that. Am I holding the right die? Yes, I am. Jesus. I got a 19.
Somebody's getting good rolls today. All right.
Yeah, that would be a 23 with my maths.
A 23. So you do successfully yell out to our good friend Siren. However, I'm going to make them wait until their turn to see if they can successfully hear you. Okay.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So what would you like to do? You've used your free action. You still have a movement. You still have an action and a bonus action.
I guess move a little closer to the mast.
All right, go ahead and do just that. Remember, you can rotate your character so that you can be able to see better.
Yes, I can do that, can't I? Okay. 1, 5, okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, I'm now at the bottom of the mast.
All right.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No.
Fantastic. Next on the turn order is PD. PD, I am going to give you a freebie. Roll a perception check.
A perception check it is. I am rolling a 15, even though I am prone on the floor.
You have a 15? Fantastic. You're lying in a pile of soup. You manage to roll over just in enough time to see a random ass fucking knife float in midair and throw itself into the floor right in front of the door.
What the heck? What? I with my hand, I would like to use my detect magic spell.
Okay.
So I reach out with my hand and close my eyes to feel the aura around the knife.
So you're going to cast Detect Magic, correct?
Yes.
PD, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your spell just fizzled out.
Whoa. I can't detect magic. What is happening to me?
I'll even go a step further because of the wording of Detect Magic. Something is preventing you from detecting magic.
I am being blocked out. Okay. My instinct is to use my action to rise from the soup.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check to see if you can get out of being prone.
Roll. I just cough up.
Would you like to tell the audience what you just rolled?
Oh no.
I just rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2? Well, I'm going to make you take extra burn damage from being in the hot soup.
That's a lot of soup.
I make
There is a lot of soup.
So hot.
So you waller around in this hot soup still. It's almost like you're weirdly enough trying to swim in it. I don't know why, but you take 3 points of damage.
The beef.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Somebody call life alert! In the form of a god!
The gods need me.
Imagine being a paladin to the Oath of Insurance. Oath of Insurance.
Oh. All right. So you can't get up. You can't do anything else with your turn. So that's it. That's all you can do. Now, we go to our friend Triple. What do you do with your turn? You know you have double your movement speed, and you can still perform that one action to pick up an object and do something with it.
I do. So I'm still in the same room as Mud, right?
Yes, you can see him clear as day.
All right.
You can perfectly see that he is kind of like flopping around weirdly in this soup. It's almost like he's having fun with it, but he's hurting himself doing it.
So I know I can't interact with him. Can I interact with like the soup?
It is an object, so yes.
All right, cool. I write in the soup, danger.
Okay.
I write in the soup. God, what should I write? Danger, no time for fish.
Okay. All right. You do just that. And that is your turn.
Yes, it is. That's everything I'm gonna do right there.
All right. We go to Fox. Your turn, my friend.
All right, let's start digging into the bullshit, shall we? Okay. So, I don't know what's going on around me. I don't know who's sneaking around and causing trouble, but whoever it is, they better hope they don't run into me. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my way to the closest crystal,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my second level slots.
Okay.
All right, so if I remember correctly, it was right about here.
Yeah, so you can move. That's the first one. This is the second one. So in order to access the first one, you have to right where you're standing at, or right there. Any one of those two spots will access that port right there.
I should have enough movement speed to get to both.
Yes. So you're going to use a second level spell slot for that specific one, correct?
Aye.
Okay. So the ethereal crystal, when you open up the case that it's being contained in, you see that the crystal itself is see-through, and that determines to let you know that there is no more magic being flowed inside of the crystal. And it's a very large crystal, a huge crystal. It's probably the biggest one you've ever seen, except for the ones that you see at the main castle at the capital that you live in Kathna. So when you fill up that crystal, that ethereal crystal, you see that it turns from being see-through to being like a golden radiant color. And that gives you the notion that you're using a form of radiant type of magic in order to access this crystal, right? You also know that from the computer that the two crystals that are still active are red, which gives you the notion that they have some form of fire magic attached to each of them.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can I roll a perception check or an insight? Not insight. What is that? Investigate check. I want to see if I can see any kind of hint of something left behind, maybe by whatever tampered with it.
Okay. Roll me an insight or arcana check.
I'm gonna go with insight.
Okay.
Well, I give myself a handicap, right?
I mean, no, you wouldn't be handicapped on this roll if you're rolling insight.
Oh, no. I'm saying, why would I give myself a handicap?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah. I rolled a 24.
24? Okay. So it's kind of hard to make out because of the darkness that you're currently in. But you can vaguely see what looks to be like claw marks that have somehow embedded itself into the crystal and have scratched it.
Can I would it be? It wouldn't be animal handling. It'd be would it be a nature check to see if I can tell what the or a survival check to see what the claw marks?
It would be nature or survival in this case. Yes.
I'm gonna do a survival check.
Okay.
I need to try to get to the bottom of what the hell we're dealing with here. I got a 19.
Okay. You're not 100% certain as to exactly what it could be, but you do know that whatever caused the claw marks is a creature that would typically have 5 fingers, and their claws would be almost double the size of a normal human.
I'm getting a bad feeling here. Alright, so it sounds like we're dealing with a pretty nasty beastie. But there's too many that fit the bill to narrow it down too much. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head to the other crystal. Can I? Yeah, and I'd like to do another perception check once I get there around me to see if there's anything off.
Okay.
If you'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll also allow you to add another spell slot into that one if you so wish, and then that will actually be your full turn. So I'll allow you to do another roll and add another spell slot if you would like. You do not have to if you do not want to, but that is completely up to you.
Well, it sounds like the sooner we get this thing functional, the better.
Okay.
So,
all right.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do that perception around me real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and dump the first level spell slot.
Okay.
So, let me do that perception real quick.
Fantastic.
Ugh, of course. I got 12.
12? So, you don't really see much of anything on this side. It does look like it's been tampered with in some way, but you don't really make out a whole lot because of how dark it is here.
Ugh. It's almost oppressive. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my first level spell slots. So I still have basically 1 left of each.
Okay.
So I've got something.
So it kind of has the same reaction as the first crystal, except that it looks like that the crystal is not fully lit up as like the other one is. It's almost like it's a very dim light, almost about the same brightness as like a candlelight, whereas the first crystal that you did is more like a strobe light, kind of like.
Well, I mean, I kind of leave myself completely defenseless. I gotta have something in my back pocket, so it's gonna have to do for now.
Sounds good. All right, that is your turn, and we now go over to. If I can swap over to the other map, we go over to our friend Siren. So, Siren, I'm giving you a freebie. I need you to roll me a perception check.
Has my friend arrived? Perception +1. +1 is better than nothing. I'm glad my dirty 20. The name of the podcast.
Fantastic. You do hear one of your compatriots in the form of Katie's character. You do hear them coming in your direction.
Oh, thank goodness someone's here. Just while I'm up here, do I see anything unusual? I know you described it to another player, but what do I see?
With your 20, I will give you a little bit of an insight. Something that Katie has yet to notice.
Mm-hmm.
Your other friend, Mud, their body is laying right there, cold and dead on the floor.
Oh God, so that I just stepped on it?
No, you can see it, but it's on the first floor. It's actually right here. Right there. It's like 5 feet away from Katie.
Oh no.
Katie has not noticed it yet.
What was Mud's character's name again? Oh my gosh, I have to back scroll. What's Mud's character's name? Screw it. I'm burning daylight. Oh yeah. So Katie, you see the old half orc with the like farmer outfit, just and point down here.
Okay. With you doing that, With you doing that, you activate a secret option that you have now accessed that was not mentioned before. Because you see the body, would you like to call an emergency meeting?
Yes!
Fantastic. All right. So we're going to go back to the first map. I'm going to move all players into that said room. And I am going to rotate you in such a way to where that you can be able to see, or yeah, you can do it. That's cool.
Katie, when you're editing this, are you gonna slap one of those buttons in? in?
Yes, please do it. Okay.
Thank you, Katie. I owe you a coffee.
All right. So everybody is here except for 2 of your compatriots. 2 of them are missing. You can see that the green paladin, the black paladin, the blue paladin, and the orange paladin are all here. There's 4 of you left.
And my friend, the Redeemer.
So you can now unmute all of you and talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst us.
This is your time to role play, so do it wisely.
Talk amongst.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Where are the other 2?
That's weird. Where are they?
I saw that little. It was a half elf, right? What was a half elf, right?
Yes, it was the half elf. It was the one from the purple section.
Right. I saw him just laying there. I don't understand. I thought they were acting really strange for their oath, but now they're gone. Something's afoot here. We're being led to a secondary location.
Damn it!
Sorry.
I knew something was off. When I was in the engine room, I finally got that damn computer to work. And then when I checked on the crystal, there are some score marks on it, like from claws. Something is running around, tampering with stuff, and picking us off now, it looks like.
Claws? What kind of claws?
Large claws. Could be anything from a dire bear to God knows what else.
Werewolf! It must be a werewolf!
Aye, it could be, and if it is, then we've got our work cut out for us. I don't think any of us has any silver weapons on us.
Are there werewolves this far out here?
Damn. No.
Well, I could try a little something.
Oh?
Hey DM, I would like to brandish my holy symbol and cast, okay. Lycanthropy is technically a disease, right?
Okay.
Can I cast Detect Poison and Disease to look for lycanthropy?
Ooh. You smart person. Okay. So here's how I want to do this. You're going to roll this with disadvantage already.
Is there a skill check involved for...
I'm making a skill check.
Fascinating. All right. Just a spell casting check. All right. Cool.
Yes. So because of the current predicament that you are in, where that one of your said players has already experienced this once, you are going to cast this spell at disadvantage. And the way that you're going to cast it is if you can successfully pass an Arcana check. You're going to roll an Arcana check, and I'm going to give you the DC. You must beat a DC of 18 in order to successfully cast the spell.
That's high. Can I ask for help from my peers? Is this something that could be help action?
That is completely up to you. If you do it, the most that you can get is a regular roll.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. So old man Cooper kind of shuffles up and, here's my theory. If you saw claws, you nice, and like I would love to hear everybody describe their characters. I'm a slut for character design. I'm a slut for character design. You, my nice Firefox, you're the one who brought up the claws. You want to describe your character so I can address you?
So you're gonna see a rather stocky woman.
Stocky.
She's she's not very tall, but she is very muscular. She sounds like she's from one of the northern climes, perhaps. She's got a scar running down the left side of her face from about her eye to the side of her eye, I should say, down to about the top of her lip. Black hair, ice blue eyes. We're talking like glacier kind of eyes.
I love it.
And she's wearing a splint armor.
I love it.
But she appears to be human. I mean, there's no indication of any other mixture of race.
All right.
All right, before you move on, would you like for me to describe your Paladin's base, or would you like to describe it yourself?
If you would be so kind as to describe it, I didn't get a chance to do too much.
Fantastic. Okay, so they are donning the blue sigil, which is a sigil that looks like a shield. They are known as the Defenders. The Defenders are the Paladins that are your stereotypical Paladins. They're the ones that are all like high and mighty. They're the ones that go out and protect the innocents and save everybody's lives, and goody two-shoes, always praying to their gods, and so on and so forth. They're the ones that you're typically your runabout normal Paladins.
Traditional. Okay.
Traditional, yes, very much so.
My esteemed young Paladin Missy, you ready to make your gods happy? We're gonna do some protecting of the fine folks on this here ship.
Well, I'm always down for protecting. I mean, that was my intent before we called this meeting. I was going to try to find as many of you as possible. I didn't know if there was any danger, and now we do.
Oh, yes. Do me a favor. I want you to use those good eyes of yours, because mine are going, and I want you to watch these kids like a hawk. I'm gonna suss out I'm gonna suss out some lycanthropy.
Well, hold on a second. Are you saying that it's one of us?
Is everybody on the ship here?
I don't know where else I'd be standing.
All I'm saying is, are we ruling out that it's something outside?
I'm saying we should try to rule out one thing. We're all the life forms we've seen on the ship so far. Right?
But the doors weren't locked to the top deck. Anyone could have gotten in.
Damn. As much as I'd hate to start looking around at ourselves, you do have a point there.
Entertain an old veteran, will ya? And then after this, I'll pay you right back. All your codes of honor in your proper paladin way, I'll owe you.
All right. So, Frida's going to go ahead and settle in and start turning her piercing blue gaze upon everyone else at the table.
Okay.
And if you will allow that to be the help action, I will now proceed to make my arcana check. Make my arcana check. Yeah.
Before you do so, PD, is there anything that you would like to say before they make this said roll?
Oh, yeah.
I believe in you all and your abilities.
All right. So,
You are so sweet.
Siren, if you would be so kind, roll me an Arcana check. The DC to beat is an 18 in order to even cast the spell.
Oh, so there's active magic suppression. Oh, but my Misty Steps went off without a hitch, so... Big money on the table! Fine.
Damn.
Oh my
Would you like to tell the audience what you rolled?
5.
So the three of you watch as this old fart goes and tries to cast a spell, and they hold up their hand and they're shaking and, shivering like an old person would. And then you hear a come out of their hand.
What the?
Just
Kaya is going to cover their mouth with their hand and just try so valiantly not to laugh.
Frida continues to stare and just... Damn.
Fiddlesticks. Well, that was really weird. Normally these things go off pretty easily. They're kind of outsourced.
Outsourced.
Well then,
Oh,
if we
poor
cannot
man.
use our own divine spells to help us, well, divine the threat, then perhaps we should start by recounting where we each have been and where we found our fallen comrade.
Alright. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I can.
You nuts?
If you would like me to describe my character first. Okay. Kaya is, since I didn't really think about it much, Kaya just kind of looks like me. About average, I'm gonna say average height, because apparently 5 foot is average, but I'm fucking short. Bald, green eyes, very human. Very pleasant looking face. She doesn't have the scar I have though, so that's Kaya's doesn't have any scarring on her face. And she is dressed in black armor.
Okay.
If Mr. DM would like to take it from there.
All right. Fantastic. So, the three of you see a black sigil upon our good friend here. You know the black sigil to be one that is a relatively new group. And one that a few of you, at least, call knuckleheads. And let me get the name of this said group, because I have lost it. This is what happens when I have multiple screens and I have to look at other information elsewhere.
I'm very new in town. Yes.
And I'm new in town.
Let's see.
Keep cracking those John Mulaney jokes. We're going to be friends.
Right. You know what?
Now I've thrown him off his rhythm. Now I've thrown the DM off.
You have
rhythm.
indeed. You have indeed.
Street smart.
I'm sorry. You've thrown up the DM off his rhythm.
Sorry.
Okay, I got it. Sorry. All right. So, Katie's group is known as the Eternals. The Eternals are a group of paladins that they don't worship a god in the sense of the rest of you. They worship someone that is called the Master. The Master is what you can assume is a relatively new god, but it's not a person. It's more like that they are a source. It's almost like they're an object in the sense, right? So the thing that they do is that they accept all forms of religion, no matter what your god is, but they classify all religion as being the exact same. It's almost as if that everybody is on equal footing, that no matter who you believe in, who you worship, and what your ideals are, they're going to agree with that, whether they personally agree with it or not. It's just how they are. They're more go with the flow kind of paladin. But most of you call them knuckleheads because of the fact that they don't worship a god like you do.
I think that's a very neat concept, just out of character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I worked very hard on it.
Omnitheism.
If I may say, my gif, it's equality. That's it.
It's equality.
It's equality.
It's equality.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I can't impersonate Ariana Grande.
I don't
No
think
one's
anybody
she's a
can.
queen. She's a queen, but that's not why we're here. Okay.
All right. So we've got 3 characters down. We do have PD who has yet to describe their character if they so wish to describe themselves currently.
Would you like to go before I roleplay or after? Because I'm cool with either.
I can go after.
Okay.
Where exactly were you? Where have you been? And where was that in relation to the body?
Well, the captain did assign me the task of cleaning the dormitories, but...
You see the captain wake up and go, "Oh, what the fuck? Why are you all in here?" And then you see him pass back out again.
Jolly good, Captain. Jolly
What
good.
if it's him?
What if it's him? I did pass him snoring very drunkenly on the way up.
You can
so,
see
I mean,
6 bottles of rum sitting across the table, and all of them are empty.
By the smell of it, I don't think he's moved very much. Do you disagree?
Shake of the head.
Anyway, I was cleaning the dormitories, and some of us are very messy, myself included, so I went to go enlist help. And I saw Old Man Cooper. That's the name you prefer, sir?
You can call me Cooper. The old man's a little derogatory. It's what children would call me when they would do things on my lawn.
My apologies, Sir Cooper. I'm deeply sorry. I saw Cooper up in the crow's nest and called out to approach.
Oh,
And I did not see the body until Cooper pointed it out. It was quite frightening. I don't even know how I missed it. I was looking up, not down. Jesus. Who is Jesus?
All right.
I can vouch for her.
How about yourself, Cooper?
I can vouch for her turning up when she did and calling up to me the way she did, but I can't vouch for where she's been before that. Where I've been is I've been navigating my way up the staircase when I was looking for the map room to suss out where we're headed, only to discover we're being led off course. My old eyes are going, so the map seems definitely tampered with. It's hard to see where we're going. But when I realized we were being affected, I decided to go up the crow's nest to see what if I could get a better view of things. It's awfully dark up there. And I can tell no lies. I saw our poor deceased half-elf right before I made my way into the map room. They were being terribly rude, casting me in a net and trying to shove me around and not getting out of the way when I needed to get to the map room.
Oh, you poor old man. She was mean to you.
Really weird when you consider what her oath was and who her god was. She needed remedial lessons, but won't have a chance to get them anymore. Oh, poor child.
Terribly rude to you. An elder. That is quite frightening.
You've got some respect. I like you, kid.
She kind of ducks her head and grins a little bit. Thank you, sir.
All right. Freed's gonna turn to her right. How about yourself?
Yes.
That would be you, PD.
That'd be red.
So,
Oh, Red is dead.
yes, Red.
So if you
Red is dead.
Red is dead.
All right. Scheduling.
So it's just blue, black, green, and orange technically.
Yes.
Okay, so
Well,
orange. then.
my task was to make supper for everyone, and I technically did that. However, I ended up having a slight accident, tripping myself and spilling all our soup in the kitchen. I tried to remedy this mistake by mopping up, and as I was getting the mop, I ran into our friend Triple, who had told me he came from the engine room. He said he fixed it and offered to give me a helping hand. Next thing I know, when I hand him the bucket and go back into the kitchen to try to mop everything up, I fall again and break the mop and burn myself in my soup. And I flail a little bit trying to get my wits. And as I look up, I thought it was
Goodness.
odd, and I tried to sense magic, if there has been any influence of it, and I gotta say, I've lately feel like I've lost my connection to the gods, and maybe I'm
Lost your
being
connection
blocked,
to-
but I have not been able to peacefully pray.
Is this the ghosting thing?
PD, would you like to describe your character right
Yes.
quick as well, so that everybody gets a
Yes.
brief understanding
My
as
name
to
is
who you are and what you look like?
Kronkdil. I have my orange sigil here on my chest. I wear it proudly. I love the law, and I am a medium-based humanoid with green eyes.
I will go ahead and give our friend Fox a little insight as well. The paladin base that he is from is known as the legions, and they are your closest allies. So whereas you would be the sword of a kingdom, his group, the legions,
Yes.
would be your shield. They are the ones who go out and make sure that
Homie.
your group,
I will
stay
die
safe.
for you.
Homies.
Aw, symbiotic.
And I'd take up arms beside you anytime.
That's so precious.
It's a
A
symbiotic.
bond like that cannot be broken.
It's a symbiotic relationship, like those birds and the
Mhm.
crocodiles.
It's actually quite funny because Siren here would have actually been best friends with the purple group, but that didn't work out too well.
I got shoved down the stairs. This is elderly abuse.
Oh no.
Shoved you down the stairs.
Something like that. I bruised my bum. I can't afford anything happening to my old back.
So that poor paladin attacked you.
It was really weird.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't recount everything that I particularly went through. As was stated by our friend here, I've been in the engine room. In fact, I passed up Trip, who was working on the engine. They had told me that they managed to fix the physical damage. I, however, had to go to the far part of the room with the computer. Some really spooky and weird shit happened back there, let me tell you. Tried to access the damn thing. There was this strange program of sorts. I managed to use some of my divine magic to give it power again initially, and then when I tried to access this shrouded program, it's like the damn thing spat back all the power at me, knocked me
Oh,
clean on my arse.
Wow.
oh my goodness.
Ooh.
That's terrifying.
Thankfully, I think I managed to brace myself for it at the last second because it didn't hurt me as nearly as bad as I thought it would. But after I tinkered with the machine again a bit more, I managed to get it back up somewhat unsteadily, and then that's when I discovered the issue with the shards, the Ethereum that they're using. 2 of the crystals were completely drained.
2 of them.
2 crystals were
Were there any
completely
more?
drained.
That's not easy.
And we all out of character question. We all know they're ethereal, or do I have to roll a history check?
The only one that would know that is Fox, and Fox can relay that information if they so wish, but that is completely on them.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
So these crystals, they're renowned to be able to contain some pretty powerful and deep reserves of magic, usually attuned to whatever magic is imbued into them. 2 of them now have radiant magic because those are the ones that I personally went and filled. The other 2 that were still active had fire magic, and they are at maximum right now. So they're at full radiance. The two in the center were completely drained and transparent. That means that someone who could wield and control high-level magic managed to drain them, or they were damaged enough to the point that the magic leaked out. But I cannot see how that would happen without some kind of nasty explosion.
We'd certainly noticed that.
Quite. Especially if it was on the first floor with us.
Alright.
But one of them for sure had these deep score marks that I noticed. And I forgot to mention the computer. The power source, the reason why I had to use some of my divine magic is that the power source was ripped out of it aggressively. Like I could see physical damage on it. So whatever was trying to damage it, it wasn't able to use the tools to take it out properly.
This is rather unsettling.
But that's what I've been until I heard the signal to come here for this meeting. But it sounds like no one else was really nearby me at the time. The only other one would Trip, but they're dead right now.
This is quite unsettling.
Did anybody beside... Well, I know you passed one of the now deceased. Did anyone besides us two encounter any other person while navigating the ship?
Not that I recall.
No. Like I said, it felt like I was by myself, but I couldn't tell with this blasted magical darkness around us.
Can everyone check the DM, the group chat? I'm trying to log what everybody's task was because I'm trying to see.
Well, Trip wasn't Soup's. PD was Soup. Trip was the actual mechanical repair of the engine.
Yes.
All right, let me think.
That was my job.
And then I don't know about
the particle.
Our purple companion.
All right. So, with that being said, you now have two options. As the game that we all know in the actual game Among Us, there is an option to where that you can vote that somebody is the quote-unquote traitor. However, in this game, there is a secondary option. And Trip, my friend, I have not forgotten about you, and you will pertain to this because of your character that I gave you.
Excellent.
You are going to get a special ability in this moment, and it is up to you whether you use it or not. However, if you use it, something bad will happen to your soul. Okay? Are you good with that?
Yep. Sacrifices.
It's only eternal damnation.
Kind of play.
You have an oath ability to where that you can cast Zone of Truth without using a spell slot. This is your moment to shine.
Oh.
You can use Zone of Truth if you so wish. However, because of the way that my mechanics work, something bad will happen the moment you do.
All right.
So it is now your choice. You're going to be given two options. Option one, use your oath ability to cast Zone of Truth immediately. It will be critted on, so you will automatically be able to get it. However, the bad thing will happen. Or, option two, you get a revive.
I get or give?
You get a revive. So you will be able to instantaneously come back. However, there will be consequences for that as well.
Does the bad thing only happen to me or to everybody?
It only would happen to you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
jeez.
You're not gonna try to martyr it, are you?
The self-sacrifice play is always one of my favorites, but I feel like right now the less bad things that happen, the better. So I'll take the revive. If I die again, I'm doing the self-sacrifice play. But
okay.
For now, self-sacrifice play is unnecessary.
The four of you watch as instantaneously Red comes back.
Wait.
Gosh! Just pick me from beyond!
Master, it's a miracle! Cool.
You were dead
Hey,
this
guys.
time?
How?
Oh my goodness, are you all
Prove you're the
right?
real Red!
Prove
I
you're
was
the real
dead,
Red.
but yeah, I'm good.
What?
Now,
Cool.
here's where things get a little fucked up.
I love hearing that.
Oh boy.
You watch as the captain rise.
Cap.
What's up,
The,
Cat?
Hold on, what?
the captain
Sir?
looks over to Miss Katie and says, "Are you ready?"
For you, any?
Now, initiative will be rolled.
Oh no.
However, this ship is not as what it seems. This entire ship is a mimic.
What?
Oh.
No.
You are all inside the belly of a mimic.
Is this
The captain is the brain.
You're kidding me.
You will not have access to be able to attack the ship. The ship is classified as a layer action, and it has legendary actions. Miss Katie is immune to all of the layer actions and the legendary actions. Also, there are 3 legendary actions against our players and 3 that will give advantages to Miss Katie.
Oh.
You
Oh.
watch as Miss Katie shifts into a werewolf.
God damn it.
You're kidding me.
Roll initiative, bitches.
Oh my god.
Quick question before we begin.
Yeah.
Has 10 minutes elapsed? Or am I still within the 10 minutes? Shield of
I
Faith?
am going to say that I will allow you to have the 10 minutes.
Thank you.
I will be kind in this situation. So let me redo
Thank
everybody's
you.
initiatives. Purple is gone. All right, so let me erase that, erase that, erase that, erase
Well.
that, and erase that. So what did everybody get?
Give me 1 second to roll.
I got a 12. It's already
12?
updated.
Fantastic.
Ugh.
Ugh, I got
I
7.
can't believe we've been in a mimic the whole time. That's ridiculous. The funniest thing was, as a ghost, my next thought was like, to get somebody's attention, I'm just gonna punch the wall a lot as hard as I can. That would
Okay,
have done
so-
damage.
19
So
plus
so
3.
Triple, you got what now?
I got a 12.
12. Okay, so it's already updated.
13.
PD, what did you get? 13. Okay.
7?
Oh.
Why are you
All
good?
right. So Fox, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Jeez.
Okay, and then Siren, what did you get?
I got a 16 of all things.
Fantastic. Okay.
Just wondering,
So-
how long is this going to go?
Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you that it will end actually right now. So here's what's going to happen. The all of you will be able to return, if you so wish, for one final episode that will be combat initiative, right? So all of you will come back for a secondary bonus episode that will happen right after this episode is launched, where all of you will fight Katie as a werewolf, and you will try to survive the giant mimic. Now, I'm going to relay the information now as to how this works. Your main objective is to try to kill Katie. If you manage to kill Katie, you will be then given the option of using your initiative to try to get off the boat. However, each layer action has a potential to make it to where that you will get status effects that will prevent you from leaving the boat. So, if that should happen, and you fail to kill Katie, you all die. Also, here's the big one. You will be timed. There will be a timer as to how long it takes for you to kill Katie. If you fail, you all die.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
The master beckons you into his arms.
All right, I guess
So
it's
I'm gonna be completely transparent here. My whole shtick is protective, so if you want an extra bonus of a chance of me helping block an attack, I'd say stick near me. And I'm gonna try to go hammer and tongs with this bitch.
So,
all right.
We're going to give the turn order for when we come back for the next episode.
All right.
The lair action will happen first on initiative, followed by Miss Katie. Then we have Siren, followed by PD, then Triple, and then last we have Fox. That is the turn order. The legendary actions will happen on any turn that I so wish, and I can determine what effect will happen, whether it be a good legendary action or a bad legendary action. If it is a good legendary action, Miss Katie will get a semi-buff to her character. If it is a bad action, then all of you will be affected in some way to prevent you from leaving.
Including Katie?
No, Katie is unaffected by it.
Okay.
She is protected. Because just so happens, the captain is in on it too. And here's another little fun fact. There's 6 legendary actions for each one, for a total of 12. Is everybody clear on that?
Yep.
Aye.
Very clear.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for listening into this episode. I hope that you enjoyed our little Among Us episode.
Oh my
We will be
God.
back for one additional episode that I did technically plan for, just in case this was to happen. And they will all return back for a final fight. Will our players survive against this newfound foe? We shall see. Would you guys like to say anything before we go?
Pray for us.
Let's kick some butt and take some names, and hopefully we walk out of it.
May the gods bless us all.
Leroy Jenkins!